So today EA released a new evolution which is called Trequartista Time, and these are the upgrades that they get. They get a playstyle of a pinged pass, a playstyle plus of tiki-taka, plus 3 overall, plus 2 pace, plus 2 physicality, plus 3 dribbling, plus 11 passing, and plus 2 shooting. And have a quick look of the players who I recommend going for on this evolution. So the first player I recommend is Victor Osimhen. I think that's going to be the most common card which people will pick if they do this. I believe this card will be really good. The passing is such a key improvement to this Victor Osimhen card. I've used the gold card and I did not really like him too much, and I think that was due to the passing. But the agility and balance for me is still too low, and the dribbling, but it will be better, so it will be more fun to use for sure. And you can't go wrong with his shooting, can you? Superb shooting, great pace, great stamina and strength, and the passing is so improved. I think this card, you'll see him more in Weekend League, I believe. I think a lot of people start to use him because I don't think in Serie A there's many strike options apart from maybe the new Dybala, Lautaro Player of the Month, unless people use maybe I think it's Trailblazer Leao. So yeah, I think more people will go for Victor Osimhen on this. The second one is Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa. So great pace, great shooting, great passing, great physicals, and pretty decent dribbling. What I will say about this Ollie Watkins is though, I wouldn't if you did him, I wouldn't personally force him to be the striker. I know most people would. I'd be tempted to use him out wide, personally, as if you're doing the 4-3-2-1 formation, or even as a 4-3-3. I think he'd be fine out wide. Obviously, you'd have to have a right winger or left winger who could play striker, but I still believe this card will be fine out wide because of the pace, good agility, good dribbling, and passing's obviously been improved. So I believe he's an option for out wide. So the third one is Braut Brunes, which is I think is Haaland's cousin. The other negative to this card is obviously the nation, but also the league as well. So that's difficult. But if you have Odegaard, that'd be a help. But I don't think that I can think on top of my head there's many Pro League cards which have been released. So that's the downside. But when you look at the card though, superb pace, really good pace. All the dribbling's amazing apart from the reactions. Balance could be a little higher, but it's not the worst at all. Really good shooting, amazing passing, great stamina, amazing strength. So I think him as a essential attacking midfielder would be really nice, or out wide. I think if I was to use him, I'd use him as maybe behind the striker as a number 10 at central attacking midfield. But he'll be really good. 3-star skill moves, which to me I don't really care about personally. I think people from stream know I don't really do skill moves. But yeah, really good card to use potentially. Obviously the downside is leagues and nation. The next one, Santiago Jimenez. To do this one though, you'd have to have done the Player of the Month, and I believe that was the first one for the Eredivisie. But look at this card. Decent pace, probably want it a bit higher, but it's not end of the world, that pace. Agility and balance is manageable. Dribbling could be a little better, but I think Jimenez is quite a big build, so I kind of expect that. Good ball control though. Great positioning. Good finishing. Obviously, you probably want that improved for sure, so you put a chem cell on that to improve. Really good passing, and the physicals are really good physicals. I like them. I think for people who have run a fun Eredivisie card, this will definitely be an amazing option. I think I quite liked a few of the Eredivisie cards that they've released so far, so I think I'd be tempted with this Santiago Jimenez. But yeah, I think that's a decent one to use potentially. So the next card is Onisivo from Mainz in the Bundesliga. I think this was a SBC where there was 2 players from Mainz, so you'd have to do that. So on this card, the pace, really good pace, really good shooting, average passing to be honest, so I think this would have to be a striker. Great physicals and great dribbling, but obviously the glaring error in this card is the agility and balance. But apart from that, really good dribbling. So I think if you was to do Onisivo, I'd probably use him as a striker. High work rate's probably a downside if he was a striker. but it's not end of the world. I don't think. It's a shame though on the agility balance because I'd have went to this card maybe going out wide, but I think due to the passing not being the best and the agility and balance, I think you're forced to use this card as a striker. So the next one, Nicholas Jackson from Chelsea. This will be a Team of the Week card, so I think this will be about 40k. So it might be quite expensive if you do this and use the coins to do this evolution. But great pace, brilliant shooting, pretty good passing, obviously going by the short passing here. Great stamina, great strength, really good dribbling and ball control. Balance and agility is okay, but not the best. You want to improve, but obviously the downside is the composure, really bad composure. So with this card, I'd only use him as a striker because a few of the cards that I've seen so far have been where you could maybe potentially use them out wide. So I think this one you'd have to use as your striker. So it's not a bad one, but not the best either. Another one is Cody Gakpo from Liverpool. Very good pace, decent finishing, good passing. Not the best for me personally, stamina. Strength is okay. Dribbling, really good dribbling. But obviously the balance for me is too low. So this card, I would possibly use him as a central attacking midfielder or a striker. No, a striker. But I think if it was a striker, I'd use him in a 4-4, a two-striker formation. So 4-4-2 or 4-2-2-2. But it's not the best one, this one, unfortunately. But if you're a Liverpool fan or a Dutch fan, maybe one to do. Now this one's a little interesting. Oveda, I think that's pronounced, from Feyenoord in Eredivisie. Really good pace, great shooting, decent passing, not the best but decent. Great stamina and good strength, amazing jumping and okay aggression I guess. And dribbling is pretty poor to be honest with you. Agility wise, really good, and reactions and composure. But obviously the agility, the dribbling and the balance is not the best completely at all. But I think this year they've released a few Japanese players. There was Kubo, there was the AZ Alkmaar right back. I think that was a level 15 from season 1. So if you took him, you got a Japanese from the Eredivisie and another one now with Oveda. So this is a potential fun one to use, especially if you're a Feyenoord supporter. So this one's a little different. It's Mediterranean from Porto. The downside to this card is you'd had to do the Centurion striker to be able to do this Trequartista time evolution. But if you have, this one is a great option. Great pace, great shooting, really good passing, great physicals, and really good dribbling. Because I believe he's quite a tall striker. I might be wrong there, I'm sure he's quite tall. But obviously the downside is the agility and balance is quite low. But I believe this will be a good striker to use because I think if I was to pick Terreri, I think he'd suit me really well due to his height, great stamina, great strength, decent dribbling, but good pace and good finishing. But yeah, I think this one is a potential good one to do it if you have done the Centurion striker. So like the last one with Mediterranean, this is Gonzalo Ramos from PSG. Unfortunately, again, you'd have to have done the Centurion striker, power shooter, to get this 89 Trequartista. I'm unsure if them two are still available, but if they are, I'd personally be tempted to do this myself. Because I think this card looks brilliant. Obviously, skill moves is 2-star, which is not the best, but I don't think Gonzalo Ramos is actually much of a skillful striker anywhere. I think he's more of a target man. But 5-star weak foot is lovely. So again, pace is amazing. Amazing shooting. Really good passing. Obviously the vision's not the best and curve, but doesn't really matter. It's a striker at the end of the day. Really good stamina, strength, aggression, jumping. Really good. 8 head accuracy. I guess that could be better really if he's a striker. Prefer obviously heading towards goal. But again, downside, dribbling, composure. But agility is decent. It's decent agility, I'll take that. Balance, I'd rather it be 2 or 3 higher, but it's not end of the world. And really good reactions. But yeah, I think this card would be a really good option to use due to the 5-star. But unfortunately, to get this 89, you've had to do the Centurion striker and the power shooter as well, which is quite annoying. But you can, if you want to just do the Trequartista, pace is not the best. Still really good shooting, Still, again, really good passing, great physicals, and okay dribbling, but you want the pace to be higher, unfortunately. So that's the downside to this. But also, it'll be a 4-star weak foot and not a 5. But one to consider for sure. And the last one is Ante Rebic from Besiktas. Unfortunately, this might be an unlikely one. It depends if you've done the Welcome to Evolutions Rebic at the beginning. But I believe this card would be really good if you have done him. Because it would end up as this card. So, really good pace, really good shooting, great passing, great physicals. Stamina could be better for me personally. And really good dribbling, ball control, composure, reactions. Agility and balance is not the worst either. So for this card, I'd use him as a number 10 or out wide, but I wouldn't be against him starting as a striker as well. The only downside as a striker is medium. So I probably would stick to out wide or central attacking midfield. But he's got some decent positions: left mid, left wing, centre forward, striker. But obviously the league's not the best Turkish, but there is some decent Turkish cards this year, to be honest, in this Turkish Super League. But unfortunately, I guess this will be an unlikely one because I don't think many will have done the Welcome to Evolutions and Ante Rebic. But yeah, these are just some of the ones I've seen who I thought might be useful. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Hope to see you next time.